All right, thank you, Diana. Well, as customary here every Wednesday, you're actually being treated. We have two community conversations today, but again, every Wednesday, we are joined by El Paso Police Department Sergeant Robert Gomez, and today he'll be talking about the long list of volunteer programs that are available. Thank you again for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get straight to it. Tell us about some of those volunteer programs that people may not know about and how they help out with the city.
Well, there's several volunteer programs with the department, longstanding. There's actually 8 ways you can volunteer, but I'll only touch on a few. The first is just a regular volunteer helping through day-to-day operations in different sections. Another is our chaplain program. Our chaplain program, they're volunteers, non-denominational program that help the department in very different ways. We also have the VIP program, which is the volunteers in patrol. That takes a little bit more specialized training, but those volunteers, what they do is they actually go out in the community in patrol cars, and they identify problem areas that police can focus on, or identify problem areas that don't really require police services, but are important. For example, like a down stop sign or a road hazard, like an extreme pothole, they can report it and get attention where rather than sending a patrol unit, a volunteer could do that. You can also consider them a mobile neighborhood watch. They'll have all the information where neighborhoods neighborhoods can speak to them and get the information to establish their own neighborhood watch. So that program is relatively new, but it is exciting, and we're trying to beef that up. One other program that I'll talk about is the Discipline Review Board. Volunteers from the community sit on this board, and they hear administrative cases and help. They help the sworn, and they help the department with those types of cases, and they're very important to the success and the maintaining discipline of the department.
Yeah, definitely something that maybe a lot of the community does not know about. How do these programs assist with the department's efforts to prevent crime and just make the city a safer community? Particularly, I know you touched on some of those, and it's a long list, but like the Victim Services Response Team, and we've got a lot of questions here about school safety and things like that. So you do have programs connected to those as well.
Yes, Victim Services is another volunteer program. Again, specialized training, but they do provide a vital service to the department and the community. School safety is another one, and the one that I didn't touch on is the handicap enforcement. Again, specialized training, but they will help make sure that those spaces are clear for the people that need them. So they're very important.
Okay. The department also recently brought back its Citizens Police Academy. So tell us about that and how people can get involved.
Citizens Police Academy, it gives you a snapshot of the overall operations of the department. It's very informative, interactive. Applications, we usually have 2 academies a year. The applications are online. Small background, but definitely something worth doing. And then after you're done with the Citizens Academy, there's also the Citizens Academy alumni, which they stay active with the community, with the police department. They're a 501(c)(3) separate entity, but you can continue with your journey learning about the police department and interacting with the department in those ways.
So again, a long list of opportunities that the community can definitely get involved with. And we'll, of course, put a link to all of those volunteer opportunities on KFOX TV.com. But don't go anywhere. Sergeant Gomez is sticking around with us because also as customary, we're answering viewer questions from Facebook. So we'll come back with that right after the break. You're watching the KFOX14 Morning News. Welcome back. Well, we are continuing our community conversation here with Sergeant Robert Gomez with the El Paso Police Department. They actually come here every Wednesday, and today we're answering some of your questions from our Facebook page. So Sergeant Gomez, we're going to get right to the first question, which comes from Adrian Garcia, and it reads, as the city continues to grow, why not consolidate your resources with the Sheriff's Department and effectively form a strength unified Metro Force? He's saying this could potentially leverage more opportunities and widen the scope of the recruits, personnel, and learning opportunities in varied areas of law enforcement.
Well, this has been explored many times in the past. There's different reasons why it hasn't been implemented or it's not a plausible solution. But what I can say is that we are accepting laterals, so there's officers in the surrounding area that want to join our department. We have 2 lateral academies a year, and we'll definitely welcome into our ranks to help do the job that we've been doing already.
Recruiting all the time
Yes.
as well. Right. All right, we'll go to our second question here, which comes from Braden Tidwell, and it reads, what is the department doing to help clean up the city with the influx of people, growth development, and trying to keep things safe for everyone? So again, the city keeps growing.
Yes, the city keeps going. One thing that the department's done and should be opening here soon is the Upper East Side Regional Command that should go online. The East Side is the largest and the fastest growing part of the city, and that station is one part. The most important part of the department is the human element, which is resources. So the city has adopted or allowed us to have 5 academies a year, which 3 regular academies and 2 lateral academies. So those are some of the things that we continue to do to try to improve service and be ahead of what's going on.
All right, and then our last question here comes from Love Grace Flores. This is about a particular part of the city. So they're saying there is a lot of theft in the Hillside Estates area. Lots of reports, but there have been no changes. She's saying that a lot of builders in the area have they're having to do rounds throughout the night because apparently people are stealing material there. So is there any changes or patrol, or have you heard anything about that area?
You know, this has been a constant problem throughout the years. The problem being is that we don't have the resources to patrol all the new developments, and you know, building is a task that's done over days. So a lot of equipment, materials are left out in the open.
Right.
So we do our best, but you know, we have to share in that responsibility, and you know, builders and owners or developers need to invest in ways of securing their materials so that this doesn't happen. A lot of it has to do with just access. The ease of access and the opportunity are always there. If you take those away, then they won't have these problems.
Right, and that goes hand in hand with car thefts and people go breaking into cars.
Correct.
Just lock your cars and that's all it takes.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Sergeant Gomez, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. We will continue to ask for your viewer questions there on our Facebook page. So again, they're here every Wednesday. We can continue to answer those questions. But